around the age of 5, I was like the last kid picked up from school every day. And I remember one day, coming to the conclusion that I was not worthy of love. Worse than bad, I was a burden. Like I was an actual detriment to life.
How have you managed to change the thinking that came from those early experiences? That you were a burden, that you were just really not even supposed to be here.
A lot of these phrases or cliches that I heard when I was younger, like "know thyself" or "seek and ye shall find," those things really resonated with me. Asking questions, you start getting answers. Seek and ye shall find, and sometimes those answers are more questions. Begs the question, well, which way is the right way? And as you start to explore that, well, we see it's all relative to these different cultures and the way that they're living, and there is no necessarily one right way. And then I come to this kind of ultimate conclusion that there is actually one right way beneath that, which is unconditional love, which is the way that holds all of it. It's the one thing that actually gives space for everything. It gives space for pain. It gives pain. It gives meaning to pain. Because without pain, there's no pleasure. It's like these two things define each other. So, I guess getting to a place where we realize that the ultimate gift is this experience. And each moment of life, I think, is a gift, whether we choose to receive it or not. So, what this brought me into was kind of this awareness that it's all about gratitude and being grateful. And when we're grateful, we're full of greatness. We recognize the value in everything. Be forgiven, right? And to know that you are receiving unconditional love, to give forgiveness, and to know that you are unconditional love. Each of these experiences is this grand opportunity for us to know ourselves as something quite divine.
So your brain has changed, obviously. How did you change your brain from that thinking, that incorrect thinking that you had?
Incorrect thinking. I don't know that I look at it as incorrect thinking. I moved past resistance. I started really appreciating the people in my life. And through them, I was able to see the reflections of parts of myself. And through that appreciation, when we think of that word, what does it mean when our investment appreciates? It expands, it grows, right? So really for any of us, it's giving appreciation to others. Well, that's another part of ourself, right? Because those others are also part of that same body. And that by appreciating others, we end up appreciating ourselves. And there's this kind of non-linearity to transformation. And so for me, I think it was really, I learned to be of service to others and just start doing for others. Through my doing for others, I began to accept and appreciate myself more. I was able to validate my purpose here. Feel like, okay, maybe I'm not such a burden if I can prove that I'm of use, and benefit to people. And then through that process, started to feel better about myself and started accessing these, lighter areas where I didn't have as much heaviness anymore. And in that began to explore, other parts of myself, other ways that I could be of service, and asking these questions where ultimately it's been leading to greater and greater healing. Of this divide that I had of judgment against me being bad, me being worthless, me being a burden, to then realizing that I'm not a burden, that I'm actually worthful, that I'm worthy of love, that I'm a great benefit, and I have these wonderful gifts to share with the rest of the world.